Nigeria starts to work today. I don't have a car to drive on a nice road. I still have to buy one. Or when I become president, I'll be driving the one that is there before, the used car, because I'm not going to buy a new car as the president of Nigeria. I'm going to repair the old one, because I see them driving it up and down all the time. They look really nice. We just need to change the tires and drive around wherever we need to go. And if they break down, we can find another bus that can take us. There's no reason why the president of Nigeria cannot enter a bus to go to his location. And the president doesn't even go very far. Abuja, you can go around Abuja in 30 minutes, especially if you clear the road for us. But I'm just saying that as an aside, that there's a lot that can be done with little. And if we can all join hands together, if we can support ourselves, we'll defeat these people, and you will be surprised how bad we can defeat them.
Thank you!
Even with the low registration for PVC right now, we are hearing that over 40 million people have registered for PVC. So many of them have not been able to collect it because there are some bottlenecks that we will unravel in the course of fighting this battle. And we'll make sure that as many Nigerians that have registered will get their PVC. If we can just get half of that, we'll win the election, because the last person to win an election in Nigeria won by about 14 million votes. What am I trying to tell you? We can do it the way they did it in Mexico just 3 days ago. The guy called AMLO. By afternoon, everybody knew that he had won. There was no dispute. Nobody's going to go to court, because he beat them hands down. And I think is the way we need to get this done, is to beat Buhari hands down. Yes, I am saying, and I'm being clairvoyant about it, I'm not bragging. I think if we do this very early, if they see the signs and wonders that is popping up left, right, and center, they may just package by Buhari and take him back to London and say he's sick, he cannot get the election. Because I don't know that they want the man to lose election to someone like us. They will just die. I'm sorry, I'm not saying, we will just die of heartache. Because, the arrogance of the APC is too much. So we have to douse that arrogance by making sure that they lose this election. And they lose it before the election itself. And how to lose the election before the election is exactly what we are doing here today. It's this bonding together that we are doing. It's the support that we're doing. As we are sitting here, thousands and thousands of people are watching what we are doing here through live stream on Facebook. When we are done, thousands and thousands of more people will keep watching them. Live stream that we did some 4 months ago, people are still watching them to today. We've met people who said, I've watched everything you've said. But it's not only ordinary people or regular people that are watching what we are saying. The government is paying attention to what we are saying, to the extent that anything we say now, they will go and implement it the next day. Does that not tell you something about the potency of this movement? The latest one they did now is to release money to the roads that we have been complaining about. They have just released the rest of the money to finish Lagos-Ibadan highway yesterday. They've also released money to Second Niger Bridge. Yes, yeah. They just released it yesterday. But don't be fooled. They will not release the money. They are just playing games. It's election gimmick. They have also released money for Kano-Kaduna highway 3 days ago. We went through that road and were complaining, and we even took pictures of it. We said we want to make June 12th Democracy Day. They hijacked the idea. They named June 12th Democracy Day. The other day now, they have started saying that they want to be generating electricity from solar, which was our original idea. Meanwhile, before now, they were generating electricity from windmills that they put in Katsina, but there's no wind in Katsina. So the windmills are just standing there. Like number one, the thing is not spinning. Because, as usual, they put it in the wrong way. When we started shouting about herdsmen, suddenly now they are waking up. They have even claimed that they have arrested some of the herdsmen. Because we are speaking about these issues. We went to Jos, our hall was adjacent to, this is true life story, our home was adjacent to an APC meeting. But we didn't have people in their meeting. Our room was filled up like this. And they started playing music to attract the young people on our side. They started playing shaku shaku. But yet, the young people did not leave our side. They brought food, brought water, distributed money. People did not go to their event. We didn't have anything except our ideas and voices that were spoken directly to the people. And they stood there with us. When we were leaving, and this was on record, one guy gave me 200 naira, another one gave me 100 naira as a contribution. Right there in Jos. But you know the sad thing? The day after we left, they killed almost 120-something people in that same Jos.
Wow.
Yes. We don't even know if some of the guys that attended our rally have been killed. It's just as we left, Jos. The last thing I will be saying will be regarding solution, and I want to hear your ideas and questions. We met a mayor today, the mayor of Riverdale, and she advised me to be smiling a lot more. You know, she said, you know, you just have to smile more. But quite honestly, what is there to smile about? Yeah, I will be feeling like a hypocrite if I'm out here just laughing as if I'm happy. I can pretend to be happy, but there's nothing to be happy about in Nigeria. That's the truth. Because I have just returned from Nigeria and I've lived through the reality. You know, and you don't have to go deep into Nigeria. You don't have to go to Jalingo to understand Nigeria. You just have to travel between Lagos, Benin Road, where 3 of my friends that I came with from Spain died in a motor accident. Or you just have to live inside Lagos and the tanker explodes on you and everybody, 54 cars are burnt and over 9 people died. But another 10 people ahead have died because of the high degrees of burns that the body suffered and because there were no hospitals to treat them. Like the guy asked me yesterday, he said, you know, maybe if you're like Obama, you know, you should. I told him, I said, if Obama drove from Yola to Jalingo, he will fall sick. So don't compare my campaign with Obama's campaign. Obama cannot go to Yola and Jalingo and come back and not end up in hospital for 2 weeks.
Yes. Take it!
Yes. Because that road is a death trap.
Yes.
I'm not making, these are things that we filmed them as we traveled. If you can see our videos. So the challenges in Nigeria are different from the challenges out there. Obama can get on a plane and fly to this city, fly to another city. When they're tired, they just drop in another city, they fly into a 5-star hotel. There's no 5-star hotel.
1 star.
There's 5-star suffering. You know, that's the only thing I saw. Anywhere, look, anywhere outside of Abuja, there's no government. In most part of, you know, all this one we are saying that, oh, maybe Northerners are empowered. There's no Northerner empowered. Northerners, and we just have Northerners who happen to be in power, but the Northerners are not benefiting anything. The real poverty in Nigeria is in the north.
Yes.
I am telling you this. So anybody that's ever said that Northerners are enjoying, they should go and ask for forgiveness. I'm saying this from the bottom. I've seen it. I just came from the north. I came from Jos. I went to Yola. I went to Jalingo. But you know the good news? All of them want to see the end of this Buhari regime. Now. Yes, the best song that was composed for us was composed by a guy in Jalingo.
Yes.
He has never met me before. And if you listen to the song, which I'm sure you'll play before we go, you'll be wondering, what could these guys become if they had the opportunity, if they had the chance? These are innovative brains that are waiting to unleash themselves on the world. This guy composed the song, you listen to it, it won't be so different from what the rapper could do here in Atlanta. But they have no country because they don't have electricity to even mass produce the song. When they fall sick, they have no hospitals to go to. These are probably guys that went to university or even didn't get admission to university because somebody converted their admission spots to those of their children. It's completely a federal republic of injustice. That's what Nigeria is. And that is what must change, and that is the message we are harping upon you. Some of you will ask me sometimes, oh, I want to hear you give us ideas. We want to see your manifestos. When we brought out manifestos, nobody read the manifestos. They are still on the website. No, it's true. Because the world is right now suffering from attention deficit disorder.
Yes.
Nobody has time to sit down and read a manifesto that is 4 pages long. Anything that is more than 140 characters, status update on Facebook, forget it. If you want to compound anything, just write it down in a long form. You know, nobody's reading anymore because there's just too much problem afflicting individuals, and you guys know it here. You know what we have to deal with. You know, this is summer, right? Everybody is happy. Let the winter come. 6 months, we are all depressed. Because they're all walking around like Eskimos.
Like jackets.
And you are wearing like 6 layers of jackets. Just because you want to make ends meet, you know, and send money to your families back home and pay your bills over here. So I just think that we can end, not that I think, I know we can end the misery. We often discuss it. There's nothing happening in Nigeria, ladies and gentlemen, compatriots, that needs any rocket scientist to fix.
Yes.
Nothing. Is it the roads that needs to be constructed that you need a rocket scientist to come and construct? Or is it to put a roof on top of a primary school? Every primary school in Nigeria has 6 classrooms, and the principal, the headmaster's office is usually maybe one office or 2. Then there's a teacher's office. In my primary school, the teacher is sitting in front of the class, right there, so he doesn't even have a separate office. But let's assume that we have a headmaster's office and a teacher's office and 6 classrooms and a female and male urinal. That is all we need. Nigeria cannot provide it for our little kids. But you ask yourself, people who cannot build primary schools and secondary schools, where do they get the marble to build the biggest mansions in the world? Oh. If you go to some houses in Nigeria, you don't know where you are. You will need Google Maps to navigate some people's houses in Nigeria. All these politicians. That's your friend. I heard he's in town. I'm surprised about that. Maybe he's on his way to come and wax some songs for us. So, why can't you just get the marble to build? We don't even need marble for the secondary schools or houses. We just need roofs. We need some furniture. But you have somebody who will have a chair in Nigeria that is practically $10,000 to just buy a love seats. $10,000 will build, I'm telling you this categorically, $10,000 to build a primary school from the beginning to end and put fan on it and roof in a lot of villages across Nigeria. Because why? Water to build it is free. The sand to build it, you just collect it after rain, right? All you need to buy is cement and the zinc and the roof. Plank, you know, wood that it used to be is available in most places in Nigeria. It's very cheap to get. So why is it that we can never do anything right for ourselves? There's a reason why we must take Nigeria back.
Take it back!
And briefly, let me tell you, the reason I'm not so worried is how easily we can quickly get a lot of things done in Nigeria. How easily we can fix our security apparatus. We have over 365,000 policemen, but half of them are going after rich men and women and their girlfriends as bodyguards, carrying umbrellas and bags for them. A head of state that knows what he's doing will just withdraw all of them. Because why? If the rich people don't have security, they will start behaving well. No, I'm serious. If you know that there's no policeman to guard you, when they give you contract to do road, you go and do the road first. Because you know that if you don't, the people will know where to find you. And then the policemen can then be guarding the rest of the country. Power. What it used to cost in 1960 to build a power plant, with 1% of that amount today, you can build a power plant that will supply electricity to more households in the world because of technology, so that we can tap into for free. Today in Houston, you can prefabricate a refinery. They will do it for you and disassemble it and take it to wherever you want and assemble it, and it will be working almost the next day. But Nigeria refuses to refine its petroleum products. Instead, we ship it out, refine it, and buy it back. And then we are complaining about...
Like Mumu.
Dangote is building a big refinery through the help of the Nigerian state, but the Nigerian state cannot build for itself a refinery. Just one. Since Obasanjo days, there's no type of refinery they have not mentioned. Greenfield, I don't know whether they just do Google search and mention it. Greenfield, modular refinery. They know all the refineries, but they have never built a single one. What about infrastructure? Why should it take 20 years to complete the east-west highway in the Niger Delta region, when the Niger Delta region is producing 2-point-something barrels of oil on a daily basis? Have you guys been to Port Harcourt International Airport? It is a crime to call it an airport, talk less of calling it an international airport. The departure launch of the international airport in Port Harcourt is under a shed. Is anybody here from Port Harcourt? I know you will never raise up your hand. You are very bold. It is a shame. International airport in Port Harcourt. What about all of this is as a result of corruption? Our corrupt leaders are getting vote every day. You know what happened in Nigeria today? The Supreme Court said that they have looked at all the cases against her, and they found him not guilty. And they now had an function to even write a press release, and he mentioned the name of Martin Luther King. He quoted Martin Luther King in his press release. And I'm asking myself, where is thunder these days? When God used to be angry, you write some things like before you finish Shimati, before you write Luther like this, you don't say, what happened to all these African gods? Eh? That they have been corrupted. I read it, my heart was bleeding. But that is Nigeria for you. There was a time Ibori was also acquitted the same way, of all the charges, until the British people sent him to jail. And when he came back to Nigeria, what did they do? They gave him a grand reception. I won't be surprised now if Saraki is planning a reception of multi-faith reception. Babalawo on one side, Muslim leaders, and all of them will be saying that it is God that has vindicated him. Thanksgiving of the biggest proportion in Ilorin. It's about to happen. They might even do it 3 places: Ilorin, Abuja, Lagos, and maybe Dubai. You know why? The man is taking home 13.7 million monthly. That is not for the Senate president too. That's for ordinary senators. Wow. They are swimming in money.
13.5.
Allowances are flowing left, right, and center. And some of the allowances are flowed to some of the judges anyway. All these judges of inequity. Corruption has killed our country. And the current government is not capable of fighting corruption because it's a product of corruption itself. You know this is the moment you join APC. Your sins are wiped off. But guess what? You know, APC is a drug we used to go and buy in those days. Yes. And it is very notorious for not having an expiration date. There's no time you go to APC, they'll give it to you. There's no expiry date on it. But this is our movement. We write the day we choose a party, that will be the expiration date of APC. Yes. PDP is already expired. That one is gone. But APC will have to expire as soon as we name a party under whose banner flag will be flying in the next election come 2019. So, brothers and sisters, I chose to use a different mode of communicating to you today because the reason we are here is known to you. All of you seated here probably will even be better presidents than me. You know the problems. And I'm sure that most of you are definitely more capable than Buhari. That one I can say 100%. That there's nobody in this room, including that baby, that is there, that is not stronger than Buhari. You can tell that that baby has energy, by the way. Buhari has zero stamina or energy. That is not better than Buhari or so many of these guys that are leading Nigeria. You know, if I had any iota of doubt that Buhari is weak and incompetent, it wasn't until I met the Minister of Communication on that radio interview in Ibadan that I said, wow, this man really went and gathered some jokers. There's no doubt. Because you can just hear the way he was talking, that there was nothing up there. He was completely an analog human being. And that was why it was easy to demolish him digitally during that interview. You know, that's the situation in our hands. So again, I see we have a full house now. I want to thank those who have just joined us. I know the rain was a major hindrance, and traffic was on the way. Somehow, Nigeria must rear its head wherever we go. Yes. Because of all days in this Atlanta, we had to go slow again on our way here. It was pretty bad. Traffic followed us everywhere we went, but we were able to make it here. I want to thank you so much for coming. Honestly, we've been on the road non-stop, and you don't have to worry about energy. We have it. You don't have to worry about stamina. We have it. You don't have to worry about focus. We have it. You don't have to worry about ideas. We have it. But unfortunately, like Patrice Lumumba would say, that people who have ideas have no power, and people with power have zero ideas. That is what is killing Nigeria. It is time for us to put people with ideas in the position of power.
Take it!
And we have just come to ask you to let us do it together. Emphasis, let us do it together. And we want to deliver to you a brand new country. Brand new country. Come 2019. Yes. You know, that kind of country where you arrive at the airport and you start feeling that, yes, this is a country. And right now, when you arrive at the airport in Nigeria, you're like, sometimes you want to turn back and say, Delta, when is it that you are departing? Because there's nothing here. It's scary. So that's the kind of country we want to build. As I've often said, and I will keep repeating, Nigeria is in such a state that we have to build a lot of things brand new. We have to build brand new highways, bridges, schools, brand new power plants, particularly through solar energy, and brand new ideas. And of course, brand new technology will drive all of these ideas. Once again, thank you so much for coming, and I look forward to having an engaging and interactive time with you. Thank you, Atlanta. Take it back.
Take it!
Take it! Take it! Take it!
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That is just the tip of the iceberg. So you can now see why there's a need to support this move. Not just support, we are in it together. We are in it together. I see light at the end of the tunnel. You know, there's a saying in the Bible that says, "Wailing may endure for a night, but laughter cometh in the morning." It's time for Nigerians to laugh again. It's time to restore the dignity and respect back to Nigeria. Right now, we are going to take a few questions. We are going to have six questions, 2 sets of 3. After that, we're going to dinner. But here's how the dinner will go. The dinner, we have tickets. And I want everybody to participate in this. We've made it very affordable, but you can go beyond that. We just packed it down to $50 for the dinner. So let's eat together as a family. If we go around with tickets, just $50. We want everyone to partake of the dinner. But that is just the lowest because we want to make it affordable for everybody. So people will go around with the tickets, just grab your ticket. We also have souvenirs you grab and take home just to remember this day. All right? Right now we are going to take questions. We're going to take 6 for now before the dinner. Then we'll continue. It's going to be a set, 2 sets of, okay, 3 sets of 3. 3 sets of 2. And then after dinner, 3 sets of 2. And then after that, after dinner, we'll continue.